Good day, sir. I am Brent Mark Decasa, BSMD3 Betelgeuse, and this is my IMO performance standard for 8 days, route planning, monitoring, and voyage recording. First is route planning. For 11.1, it should be possible to carry out route planning, route monitoring in a simple and reliable manner. For 11.2, the largest scale data available in the system database for the area given should always be used by the ICDIS for all alerts or indications of crossing the ship's safety contour and of entering a prohibited area, and for alerts and indications according to Appendix 5. For 11.3.1, it should be possible to carry out route planning including both straight and curved segments. For 11.3.2, it should be possible to adjust a planned route alphanumerically and graphically, including adding waypoints to a route, deleting waypoints from a route, and changing the position of a waypoint. For 11.3.3, it should be possible to plan one or more alternative routes in addition to the selected route. The selected route should be clearly distinguishable from the other routes. For 11.3.4, a graphical indication is required if the mariner plans a route closer than a user-specified distance from own ship's safety contour. For 11.3.5, a graphical indication should be given in the mariner plans a route closer than a user-specified distance from the boundary of a user-selectable category of prohibited area or geographic area for which special condition exists. A graphical indication should also be given if the mariner plans a route closer than a user-specified distance from a user-selectable category of point objects, such as a fixed or floating aid to navigation or isolated danger. The user-selectable category should be the same as the user selections for the display of objects and be based on ISO standards. There should be a permanent indication when any user-selectable categories are deselected. Details of the deselection should be available on demand. For 11.3.6, it should be possible for the mariner to select that the indication of 11.3.4 and 11.3.5 take into account accuracy information of relevant hydrographic information as defined by ISO standards. For 11.3.7, it should also be possible to perform a complete route check to support the appraisal and planning process according to the applicable parts of resolution. A. 893.21 detected objects should be available for review in graphical form and on demand in textual form. For 11.3.8, it should be possible for the mariner to specify a cross-track limit of deviation from the planned route at which an automatic off-track alarm should be activated. Next is for route monitoring. For 11.4.1, for route monitoring, the selected route and own ship's position should appear whenever the display covers that area. For 11.4.2, it should be possible to display a sea area that does not have the ship on the display while route monitoring. If this is done on the display used for route monitoring, the automatically route monitoring functions, updating ship's position and providing alerts and indications should be continuous. It should be possible to return to the route monitoring display covering own ship's position immediately by single operator action. For 11.4.5, an alarm should be given when the specified cross-track limit for deviation from the selected route if defined by the mariner when route planning is exceeded. For 14.4.6, ICD should give a warning or caution or indication as selected by the mariner and related graphical information. If continuing on its present course and speed over a specified time or distance set by the mariner, own ship will pass closer than a user-specified distance from a user-selectable category of danger, obstruction, wreck, or rock that is shallower than the mariner safety contour or a user-selectable category of aid to navigation. The user-selectable category should be the same as user selections for the display of objects and the be based on ISO standards. There should be a permanent indication when any of the user-selectable categories are deselected. Details of the selection should be available on demand. For 11.4.7, a graphical indication should be given if the current or the next leg of the selected route passes closer than a user-specified distance from the safety contour. For 11.4.8, a graphical indication should be given if the current of the next leg of the selected route goes closer than a user-specified distance from the boundary selectable category of prohibited area or a geographical area for which special condition exists. A graphical indication should also be given if the selected route goes closer than a user-specified distance from a user-selectable category of point objects such as a fixed or floating aid to navigation or isolated danger. The user selectable category should be the same as user selections for the display of objects and be based on ISO standards. For 11.4.10, it should be possible for the mariner to select that the indication of 11.4.3, 0.4.6.7, and point 0.8 take into account accuracy information or relevant hydrographic interference as defined by HOA standards. For 11.4.10, the ship's position should be derived from a continuous positioning system of an accuracy consistent with the requirements of safe navigation. Whenever possible, a second independent positioning source, preferably of a different type, should be provided. In such cases, ICD should be capable of identifying discrepancies between two sources. For 11.4.11, ICD should provide a warning when the input from position, heading, or speed sources is lost. ICD should also repeat, but only as an indication, any alerts or indication passes to it from position, heading, or speed sources. For 11.4.12, a warning should be given by ICDs when the ship reaches a specified time or distance set by the mariner in advance of a critical point on the planned route. For 11.4.3, the positioning for voyage recording. 11.5.1, ICD should store and be able to reproduce certain minimum elements required to reconstruct the navigation and verify the official database used during the previous 12 hours. The following data should be recorded at 1-minute intervals to ensure a record of own ship's past track, time, positioning, heading, and speed. To ensure a record of official data used, so in source edition, date, sale, and update history, and any changes in safety control, look ahead, and route monitoring alert settings. For 11.5.2, ICD should output the information listed in 11.5.1.2 and 11.5.1.3 to a voyage data recorder. For 11.5.3, in addition, ICD should record the complete track for the entire voyage with time marks and interval not exceeding 4 hours. For 11.5.4, it should not be possible to manipulate or change the recorded information. For 11.5.5, ICD should have a capability to preserve the record of the previous 12 hours and the voyage track. That is all, sir. Thank you.